Hello and welcome to Record Rep Digital Discipleship Edition. It's Thursday, June 25. More than 350 church communicators, pastors, content creators, and ministry leaders gathered at Papatoetoe Seventh-day Adventist Church in Auckland this past weekend for the Digital Discipleship Conference. Organized by the New Zealand Pacific Union Conference, the event aims to equip church members to share their faith in an increasingly digital world.
We as people, we have our own life, private life, maybe even faith life. And then we have online life. They are two separate things. Digital discipleship actually seeks to put them together. Imagine if every church member is authentically present about their faith, about their hobbies and everything online. So we stop pushing content and we are being disciples everywhere, including in digital spaces.
Digital discipleship has gained significant attention in recent years, but the idea behind this conference has been developing for more than a decade. Rachel, who founded the original event in Australia in 2015, says the idea grew out of a practical need she saw while working in church communications in Australia.
I was getting communication secretaries from the local churches calling me, asking me questions about their bulletin or how to set up a website. And I thought, if this many people are asking me this question, maybe I should start running trainings. I'm excited to see that 10 years later, the conference is still in existence. And the fact that God spoke this in 2015, like 5 years before COVID happened, I think he was preparing the church for what was going to happen and that we could evangelize people in the online space.
Over the past decade, the event has continued to expand. The conference features workshops and presentations led by practitioners working on the front lines of digital ministry and attracts attendees from across New Zealand, Australia, and the Pacific.
Our expectation last year was 200. We went 220. This year, our goal was 300. And it was a prayer goal. We would be more than happy with 200 again, but we already sensed that it's actually developing into a movement. It's not a conference any longer, and we expected 300, so we went over 350.
For church leaders in New Zealand Pacific, initiatives like the Digital Discipleship Conference play an important role in preparing members for mission in an increasingly connected world.
It's a great connection with what we already have in our DNA as a church when it comes to evangelism and growing disciples, but acknowledging the world that we are in the shift. So really excited that so many people have been willing to come.
With a diverse audience attending Digital Discipleship, we roamed around the event to hear how attendees from different contexts view the role of digital ministry. Here's what they had to say.
118 islands altogether in Tahiti, and most of the people, 75% of people are staying in the main island, Tahiti. But it's really hard to reach other islands, but they all are connected with high-speed fiber in Tahiti. So that's why it's important for us to also to think about how to reach those people, apart from the traditional way of going into churches, into villages to do Bible studies, to do evangelism.
Digital is taking over a lot of things, so I think it's very important in the sense that we get with it and understand it, and it'll be beneficial to our church and other churches and to the people to try and build connection.
In a Highlands context, most of us and the majority of us are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, on all the social media platforms, and using those platforms we're able to minister to them.
As gospel workers, we really need to move with the times.
Innovation is not betraying our heritage. Innovation is our heritage. And when we look at it, I think the Advent movement has been on the front line of so many things throughout the world. We've got schools and hospitals and churches and all sorts of infrastructure that we've built over the decades, now centuries almost. And it's the new space that we need to be Advent pioneers is online.
Despite their different backgrounds, attendees at the Digital Discipleship Conference shared a common conviction. Digital spaces present new opportunities to connect with people who may never walk through a church door. And according to speakers, many people are already searching for spiritual answers online. Data from YouVersion, also known as the Bible app, suggests many people are engaging with spiritual content long before they connect with a local church.
We know from our data that in Australia alone, there's just past over 8.4 million installs of the Bible app in Australia. In New Zealand, that it's just hitting 2 million installs of the Bible app. And we just know, like from church data, that 8.4 million Australians aren't going to church, 2 million New Zealanders aren't going to church. So there are a lot of people who, for whatever reason, have the Bible app on their phone. People will experience your church online before they experience your church on site. And so we give them that opportunity. So a conference like this is giving church leaders the tips, the hacks, the skills that they need to help connecting more people with God's word every single day.
While millions are already engaging with the Bible online, another statistic highlighted during the conference pointed to a significant mission challenge: the number of people who have never heard the gospel of Jesus.
They represent 3.6 billion people. It's a lot of people. It's 43 out of every 100 people in the world. They have no real access to the gospel. They'll be born, they'll grow up, and they will die without ever hearing it. And that's not acceptable.
Alongside discussions about mission opportunities, presenters also highlighted the role of local churches and individual members.
From a church perspective, we're a little bit behind in terms of the digital engagement and digital discipleship. And we need to actually up our game and start to recognize that there are more things that we can do as church members, not as church leaders, but as church members. Is not going to function well unless the local church actually takes the responsibility of engaging online in a manner that is loving, kind, and patient. And I think we can actually change the tone of what is pretty much a toxic environment into something that can be more of a blessing.
The focus on digital ministry will continue beyond the conference through One Voice 27, a global initiative set to launch across the New Zealand Pacific Union Conference next month.
On the 10th of July, we're going to launch One Voice in our union. And it's going to be an online platform uniting all of our members to communicate together, to vision cast, because we don't want to use old methods, even emails and things like that. We want to put the whole idea, resources at the fingertips of our members, so they actually live their discipleship journey on digital platforms, share their faith, and actually share the gospel.
Technology now gives us the opportunity to enter territories where they would expel the missionary or kill the missionary. But we can reach them via digital technology, via TV, via radio, via all the means. So this is an opportunity we cannot miss.
That's all for this special edition of Record Rep. For more information on the Digital Discipleship Conference, visit their website. We'll be back next week with our regular news podcast. See you then!